want to bring you up to speed now on the breaking news we brought to you here at the top of the hour. Again, an officer has been shot, a police officer shot near Independence and Hardesty. Happened about 10:45 this morning. We are watching that scene very closely this afternoon, waiting here any moment now for the sergeant with the Missouri Highway Patrol to give us a little outlook on what happened. Let's listen in.
Eye contact with the tallest person.
Yeah. You guys all good?
Yeah.
All right. So if you could talk to us just a little bit about the situation that occurred here.
I'm Sergeant Bill Lowe, Missouri State Highway Patrol Public Information Officer for Troop A Headquarters. So at about 10:35 this morning, there was a robbery that took place. The suspect of that robbery got on the ATA school bus, and as the bus driver observed the suspect get on, she observed also the robbery that occurred. As she was transporting the occupants of the bus, she notified the Kansas City Police Department of what she had observed. By the time they reached Independence and Hardesty, Kansas City Police Department arrived on the scene. A Kansas City Police Department officer attempted to get on the bus from the back side of the bus, from the back entrance, in which time the suspect shot the Kansas City police officer. That officer is an 18-year veteran. He was wounded with non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect then turned towards the driver, shot the driver. As the suspect left the bus, then was engaged in gunfire with other KC police officers that arrived on the scene. At this time, the suspect sustained critical injuries. Don't know what extent those critical injuries are, but that information we get, we'll make that available. But at this time, that's what we know so far. I'm not sure specifically where he was hit, but it was a lot.
Robbery actually occurred.
The robbery actually occurred at a bus stop a couple of blocks, maybe a block from this intersection. So
person to person or business?
Person to person.
East or west of here?
It's going to be east of here.
When you say that,
What time did the shooting on the bus?
We were notified of the shooting about 10:43. So what the bus driver did was she tried to go a little slower to get the Kansas City Police Department closer to her before she got to the intersection, and so she was attempting to at least maintain some control of the suspect. But once the police officer arrived, the suspect then shot the police officer.
How's the bus driver doing right now?
The bus driver, as far as we know, was fine. Non-life-threatening, or I should say fine, but non-life-threatening injuries. She's being treated at a local hospital.
Do we
So you
know
said
how
this-
many rounds were shot and fired?
We do not know yet.
So you said the suspect shot the police officer outside or inside of the bus?
As he was getting into the bus, the suspect was still on the bus, and then he fired a shot towards them.
And the officer got onto the bus like a back door or an emergency door at the rear of
The back door entrance of the bus. The two, they have the front and then the middle of the back side. So that's where he was attempting to get on.
On there at the time?
I don't know how full the bus was, but we do have everybody that was on the bus. We are going to be doing interviews as well as interviews with anybody in the parking lot that may have observed something.
can you elaborate on the kind of exchange got higher with other officers?
You're listening in here to Sergeant Bill Lowe with the Missouri Highway Patrol, kind of giving us a quick briefing here as to what happened in Kansas City, Missouri to a police officer earlier this morning. He says happened about 10:35. A person apparently was robbing another person near a bus stop, ended up boarding that KCATA bus. Police were then notified, and when police officers tried to board the bus then to confront this robbery suspect, allegedly this police officer was shot, as was the bus driver. Bus driver, we're hearing now with non-life-threatening injuries. We're not hearing yet how that officer is doing, but something obviously that we will stay on top of here at Independence and Hardesty Avenues and bring you further updates later on today on KCTV 5 News. Wanted